So we're back here at my luxury flip turned potential primary residence. It's been almost 4 months since we bought this thing, so let me go show you the updated progress on where we're at. So if you missed the first video, I bought this house for $1.8 million. Included in that was a $200,000 assignment fee to a wholesaler, which is pretty crazy. But when I bought it, I wasn't sure if I wanted to live in it or if we were just gonna keep it as a flip. I know that we can sell this thing for well over $3 million when it's all said and done. But the more that I've been here, the more I've realized that I do want to live in this house. And my wife, if you saw from the very first video we did, wasn't so sure, but we both have come around to it since, and I'll explain why here in a sec. So let me go show you what we just did to it. So the backstory of this is that the original owner built this house brand new, about 80% of the way there, and could not finish it. So we pretty much bought it in this same condition that it's currently in. And we did some different things, which I'll show you here in a sec. But long story short, owner ran out of money maybe, I don't know, maybe they just wanted to move. I wasn't really privy to the details, but we got a brand new house that is in a great area. It's 6,000 square feet on a half an acre. And I figured, well, this is a pretty big upgrade from my current house. So, you know, I might as well go move into it if it's going to be the way that we want it. So we initially set a $400,000 budget to complete this entire house. Now, if you saw the first video, then you might be thinking that not much has been done. And I would somewhat agree with you because I'm not very happy with the pace of this project. And I've let our contractor know that because simply it should be moving a lot faster than it currently is. They've had almost 4.5 months. And if you saw the first video, I mean, it looks like all they did was demo, but more has been done, which I'll explain to you as we go through the house. But long story short, you know, with the $400,000 budget, we decided that there were some things we were gonna have to keep. We decided to keep the cabinets. Obviously, we're gonna be putting some new countertops, and we removed all the appliances and everything else so that we could do the construction. What we have done is change the floor plan quite a bit. So one example would be this pantry right here. So originally they had all these cabinets and it was finished for the most part. But we decided we wanted to make this a statement piece. And so we are going to put a secondary fridge over here. We're getting some nice custom cabinets. And then over here, we're gonna have more countertops and way more cabinets because, you know, in the end, its old setup wasn't very functional for how big this space is. And, you know, over here, I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do yet. We might be putting a pocket door or we might completely close it. I don't really know. Because at the end of the day, you don't really need to enter it from here, mainly because all that's right here is the entrance from the garage. Side note, the garage is one of my favorite parts of this home. It's a 6-car garage, and so when you bring everything together, being a half acre, 6,000 square feet, 6-car garage, it has almost everything you could ever need in a house. So that's one of the reasons we decided that, you know, we're probably just gonna move into this thing since there's not really anything else we could buy that fits all those needs. But long story short too, right here is just going to be a mudroom. You can see this wall that we built. We are putting a ton of cabinet space for storage and, you know, be able to put our shoes there and jackets and all that stuff. A big difference you're gonna see throughout the house is that when we first bought it, all the walls were closed, like everything was done. It was probably in better shape 4 months ago than it is today. But due to what we wanna do, we have to take out these walls and add a bunch of stuff that, you know, the original builder just didn't do. Case in point, right now, we have this wiring company. They've got all of their stuff right here, and they're doing all of these cables and everything throughout the entire house. They're doing the speaker systems, the cameras, the TVs, the internet. They're having to pretty much rip out all of these things so that we can have the highest technology in this house, which, you know, once again, it's something that's new for me because on our flips, obviously we would never do any of this stuff with the majority of our houses, right? But when you're talking a $3 million home in a nice community, especially one that I'm gonna live in, then we need to do things a little bit differently. So along with that, one of the big changes was closing this off. So originally this was a den, and this is obviously a door, and we decided, you know what? We wanna close this off and make it a second closet for the master. So I'll show you it real quick from the master's point of view. This is probably the biggest structural change we made to the house because, you know, if we're gonna live here, we want the master to be the exact way we want it. So originally you had a vanity right across here. We decided let's take that out because we don't really need it. and let's build a little storage closet for like linens and towels and all that type of stuff. I think right here, we're gonna still put a little vanity so that we could have like a coffee bar or something like that. Another big change was this. So we added this fireplace right here, and it's gonna be, I think they call them three-way fireplaces. So you could see it on this side, you could see it on the other side, and you could see it on the end. They're doing all the cabling for the TV and all that stuff. You know, they're doing cables up here. You can see right up here, they've already taken out all this drywall in and out because they're just trying to make sure that this house has all of the right technology to be a true smart home. Another big change was this bathroom. So this wall is brand new. We extended it out because we moved this bathtub. The original bathtub was right here and it was cool, but my wife really wanted to have a makeup vanity. And so we said, you know what, let's move the bathtub and let's extend the vanity all the way here, and she could have a makeup vanity with natural light and all that stuff. So I'm sure all the ladies can appreciate that, getting the natural light for makeup, and it was something she really wanted. When we moved that tub, we decided to put it right here. And so that's the reason we built this wall, so that the tub could be kind of hidden, and then also too, we could put a TV right here for the tub, and I think that's really cool for someone like me. I like to take a bath and watch TV and chill, so that's gonna be great. Now, one of the big problems with this house was the closet. I mean, it's a good sized closet for, I would say, a normal home, but it's definitely not a closet that I would expect in a home that's over $3 million. So we said, you know what? I'm gonna make this my closet, and we're gonna build Mindy her own closet where the den is. We decided to create an entrance to where that den was that I showed you earlier. Now, originally, this wall just was a wall right here, and the shower was skinny and went all the way across. It was like super long and super skinny. It kind of looked weird, to be honest. So cutting out this 3.5, 4 feet right here didn't really affect the shower, and I'll show you what we actually did with the shower to make it even better. It allowed us to create this walkway into this new closet. So this space is gonna be really nice for her. We're gonna just put, you know, the closet, shelves, and cabinets and everything else throughout all of this. She's gonna once again have some natural light, and I'm sure she's gonna get like a nice mirror right here, and she's gonna love it. I mean, for those of you who follow her on Instagram, she's really into fashion and, you know, her outfits and all this stuff, and I think this is gonna be a really cool room for her. So I'm happy that we did that, but also what this allowed us to do was make this shower way different. Originally, you can see this is where the normal floor was. You know, we actually got rid of all the flooring in here, and this was like a little linen area, and it was kind of a waste of space, and the shower was simply just right here where you can see the line, and it was long all the way in this walk path. And I was like, well, what if we got rid of the linen and we made this extended out, so now we have more of a square shower that actually feels even bigger. And so now you can see we got the dual shower head. I think we're building like a rain shower too, and it's just a really big area. We're gonna put a little bench right here, and overall, I think it's gonna look great. All the glass surrounding it, and the shower is just gonna look way better. Plus having that secondary closet, which is actually not even a secondary closet, it's bigger than the first one. I think this is what you would expect in a master bathroom for a house of this caliber. Now, one of the weird things about this home is the second floor is on the basement level, which in Vegas is not normal, mainly because to dig in Vegas dirt, they have caliche, is like super expensive. The dirt is so hard that nobody has basements. So this house is super rare in that aspect. But we had to redo these entire stairs. They just weren't very high quality. So we did spend a lot of time revamping this whole thing, and it's gonna be a really nice staircase. But right here, there used to be another little vanity. Obviously, they love their vanities. We ended up taking them out. We're gonna do it a little bit smaller so we could create this storage right here for all the kids' stuff. I envision this downstairs area being the kids' zone, and you know, we'll put a lot of storage there. But I'm gonna actually contradict myself, because the highlight of this area is not really something for kids. It's this. This is going to be the wine room. So we got rid of this entire wall. It used to be like a little door right here. And we're gonna just put a big piece of glass, and it's gonna be the statement piece kind of the house. We had to take out all the walls, all the stuff so that we could cool it and do all that, but it's gonna be really cool. We're gonna have like bottles on each sides of the wall. We're gonna have a little vanity area so that you could like pour your drinks. And I even think we could put like a little table in here as, you know, like a wine tasting thing. So if any of you guys ever wanna send me wine, send it to my office. We're big wine people. So as you can see, they've got all this cable on the ground. They're still finishing up all of the cabling in the house, especially downstairs. You know, they're doing all the surround sound and all that stuff. But yeah, I envision all of this just being a kid's play area. But one thing over here, we don't have the lights turned on right now, but it used to be a movie theater, which for us, we have a movie theater right now in our current house. We don't use it too much. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is making this a golf simulator. Like, I haven't got Mindy's approval quite yet, but I think this is just like the perfect spot for that kind of thing. Now, the cool part about this basement is you've obviously got these sliders and it's pretty well lit for being a basement. I mean, I don't even know that you would really even call it a basement, because other areas, basements don't count as living square footage, and you know, they're completely dark and there's just nothing there. Like, that's kind of not the case with this, but whatever. As long as it counts for the appraisal and everything else, I don't really care what you call it. But out here, we're gonna be spending a lot of money just doing this entire backyard. So as you can see, we've got the pool pretty done. It just needs to get the finishing touches. We've got this raised up jacuzzi, which is really nice. It's a really big jacuzzi. We've got the sunbed over there, which is gonna be nice. And then, you know, a big, good sized pool. And the reason we kind of stuck it off to the side versus maybe how other people would do it, where they put it right out the front of the view, is that I would rather keep it off the side for my kids. You know, if I can just like have the pool there, I don't gotta worry about them, and we can just fence off this entire thing straight across, it allows us, you know, from all of those windows over there to be able to see what they're doing. You know, this will be like all turf. There'll be kids' play sets and stuff out here. And then I think back there, we're gonna end up putting a basketball court just to have like a hard court that they could play on. And you know, I like to shoot hoops and stuff. So this backyard is gonna be really nice, especially because in this area, there's not many houses with half acres, you know? Most of them are more luxury homes on just maybe like a quarter acre or something like that. Cool to see that the pool's almost done. I would hope that that could be done here in the next month. You know, they just gotta do the finish work. And over here, we're gonna end up making this a covered patio. I mean, this patio is so large. If we can do a nice covered one and open up all these doors, it'll give it that indoor-outdoor feel. And I think it's just gonna be amazing. So, you know, overall, I like where the vision is at. Now, even though a bunch of stuff has gotten done, as I said at the beginning of this video, I am not happy with the progress. For 4.5 months, we should be much further along than we are. And you know, I put the blame on multiple people. For one, we're doing this project in a way different way than we do on all my other flips. We have an interior design team that we've hired. We have a brand new contractor that we're using that's, you know, more of a builder than, you know, somebody who renovates homes and fixes and flips like we do, and things that we're accustomed to, they're not really accustomed to. You know, they want to do everything top of the line, you know, high end, and I guess their timelines are not what we expect. And you know, it's just getting used to all of that stuff. But also along with that, my project management team is not handling this project. My wife and I are handling it because she's been working with the design team, you know, picking out what designs they like, and she's the one kind of running the project with everything. And so it's just not as efficient as our normal flips that we go do all outside of Vegas. You know, you could go check our other 50 projects around town. They're moving at a much quicker pace than this, but they don't have all the things going on with this. And this is, you know, gonna be our biggest rehab to date. You know, I initially set the budget at $400,000 to do everything. If I can stay at 500, I'd be really happy with it. There's obviously still a lot of margin there for profit and all that stuff, but you know, it's just been not the way it needs to be. And so hopefully here on the next video update, we're much further along than where we are today. But I am really happy that we're going through this process because we own land that we're actually building my dream house on. If you followed me for a while, then you've probably seen those YouTube videos talking about how I bought a mountain and I'm building my dream home. That is still happening right now. But I also understand that that's, 3-4 years away from now. So living in this until then would be a really great thing for us. And it's given us the experience of what it's gonna be like building a house. You're gonna have to go with a builder and learn all of these things from the ins and outs. You're gonna have to have that interior design team. You're gonna have to manage your own project since we're the ones living there. My project manager can't decide what we want. And so even though it's not going the way that I want it to go thus far, we're learning a ton for the next build, and I'm sure that we're gonna learn a ton more, and it's gonna have been something that's really good for us as a learning lesson overall. But overall, I didn't plan to move. This house wasn't something I was searching for. It just came up with everything that we normally do in my house flipping company. It was another flip that was honestly one of the first houses in years that we've gotten where I'm like, look, I would actually move into that. Like, that's way better than what I have now. And I'm glad that we found it. And if you are interested in finding deals like this or starting your house flipping career, we can help you out at Future Flipper. If you go to futureflipper.com, you can apply for a free call with my team today. We can help you find deals just like this one. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you later.